Yes, people, welcome to Footy Fans TV. I hope everybody's doing well. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. As with always, this is a roundup of the news and transfers from the last 24 hours, so let's go. So we'll start off in Serie A with Romelu Lukaku of Inter Milan. He picked up the award for the Europa Player of the season. It's very well deserved. He played amazing in that competition, scored 7 goals in 6 games, and they narrowly missed out in the final to Sevilla. He accepted the award, very humble, very gracious. If you guys get a chance, check out his acceptance speech. Then we move on to the Premier League. Manchester United have been linked with a number of players in this transfer window, but one of the rumours that is absolutely not true is Lucas Ocampos from Sevilla. So an article came out from ESPN saying that the player was being linked with a move to United. That's absolutely not true. They are trying to sign some players, but Ocampos is not going to be one of them. And sticking with Manchester United, there's a young Uruguayan player called Facundo Pellistri. Now, many of you will have never heard of him, but he plays for a club called Penarol. Now, he was linked with a move to Lyon, and that completely collapsed. And he's now been linked with a move to Manchester United and gone AWOL from training because he's getting frustrated that the club will not let him leave. We'll see what happens and how that one progresses, but for now, it doesn't look like he's getting the move that he wants. And then we get on to Mason Greenwood and Phil Foden. So one player from Man United, one player from Manchester City. They've been dropped from the England squad. There's obviously been some bad press around the boys. It's not really fair. They're young. Everyone makes mistakes when they're younger. Even people in adult life make mistakes. But Gareth Southgate has come out and said why he's dropped the boys from the squad. He's basically saying that he needs to set an example, that their behaviour is not acceptable. It's not how England team players should behave. And now it's about rehabilitation, explaining to them why what they did was wrong, bringing them back into the fray slowly. So the boys will come back. They're both phenomenal talents. Everyone just needs to give them a little bit of a break and be realistic about the situation. Just because they're in the public eye, it doesn't mean that they're not human beings and they're not susceptible to making mistakes. Now, we also saw Brewster sign on a permanent deal to Sheffield United from Liverpool. Ryan is very highly rated amongst the Liverpool academy, people that know him. Even when he was on previous loans, he's done very well, but he hasn't been quite able to cut it in the Liverpool squad. It doesn't look like he's going to get a chance in the first team, so it's probably the best thing for the lad to move on, try and get some first team football. Sheffield United need a goal scorer, so we wish him all the best. Then we get on to another young and highly rated player, Ryan Sessegnon of Spurs. Now, everybody knows he hasn't been able to get into the Spurs squad. Also doesn't look like he's going to get a chance now with the new signings that they've brought in that play in very similar positions, if not the same position as him. So he's been linked with 2 clubs in the Bundesliga. One is Hertha Berlin, the other is RB Leipzig. Now, there's a long trend of players going to the Bundesliga, young players, and progressing their careers by doing so. Will Sessegnon take that option? Remains to be seen. Spurs have so far rejected all advances from these clubs, but at least both of those clubs are interested in taking him on a permanent deal. And then we finish up with Arsenal and Will Saliba. Now, the player was on loan at St Etienne last season. He was already an Arsenal player. They brought him back this season, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get any game time due to the sheer overload of players that they have in that centre-back position. So unless they're able to move on players like Mustafi, like Socrates, then they're thinking about loaning Saliba back out to Rennes. Obviously, Rennes in the Champions League, he'll get that good exposure, he'll learn football under a good manager, in a good team, so it could be a great move for the player rather than sitting on the bench at Arsenal. And that wraps it up. So we hope you guys have a good day, hope you're enjoying this. Please remember to subscribe, like and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.